Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Prescott now on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Elliott running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
Now Foreman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Prescott steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Always got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Again, it's Foreman. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
A first update now from Cleveland. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run it with Elliott. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run with Foreman. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. A carry for Foreman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And an alley to run. A big run that time by Elliott. 67 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
They run the counter now on first down. Powerful running, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season, and the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. Able to power through. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Check number 6. Check number 6. Hurry up, here we go. Single. Watch it now.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Check. Crunch.
On play action, they'll throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Play clock winding down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They go to Elliott again. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Check. Patriot.
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So now here come the Dolphins. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Here's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now they try the right side here. And some space here. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 45 yards.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Shift together here from the D-line. Now Elliott. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now ready for another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Back now in Baltimore. The Ravens on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. You got more. Detroit. Detroit. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Over. Watch the twist. No. Check. Patriot. Watch the twist.
Back to throw here. He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're going to try and run. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. The give is to Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Back to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. All right now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard. Detroit. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. A handoff as they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. A fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers have scored yet again, really opening that one up. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
In motion comes the tight end left.
He's moving, boy, he's moving.
They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Fresh set of downs here.
Single, slot. Hey, you're running out of there. Hurry up, hit it. Detroit. Let's go. No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Motion.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. A fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. No problem for the Steelers. They have opened that lead up a bit further. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Eluding the pressure right, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Baltimore, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they will fall to 1-1. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.